Okay, I love y'all. I'm gonna go join her.
Yee. Okay, I have
All
already
right.
started recording. So hello everybody, this is an FPS, and a rather special one too, because we are travelling back in time. And I am playing with one of my favorite characters from the Silver Screen, which is easy to do because I love all the characters from Silver Screen. Could you introduce yourself, my dear friend?
I'm playing a blast from the past, all the way back at level 1, Sally Forth. She is a
Yay!
rubber hose fighter, and she is here to not fight. She is actually here to, well, I guess we should explain the premise of the FPS here, shouldn't we?
Yeah, well, you
Uh,
should, because I have to say, all credit goes to Breaks, because you're running the game. I am pretty much just here for the ride. I came up with like one
okay.
obstacle, the rest of it, I'm like, I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know.
but I guess we should have you introduce who you are playing.
Oh, that's true. Because I do play more than one character. Shocking, I know. I am
Mm-hmm.
playing Deltasong Danger. Yes, the original flavor Goose. But yeah, this game takes place more than a year ago, so he's not
Oh,
explodified or supposed to be, and he's just his normal self, and nothing bad could possibly happen to him.
oh no, definitely not.
Mm-mm.
Especially not here, on the eve of the charity ball. Let's see. So this is you know, high class folks rubbing elbows, not being snobby together. Uh, this used to be just kind of a. They hold this ball every year, and for this year, they're starting it out as a charity rather than just something where they, take your money and then just give it to Giznap. But what they do here is, since the real kind are in attendance, they assign a penalty for acting toonish. So when
Boo!
anytime you act toonish, they give you like a little penalty ticket, and each penalty ticket is worth like 20 GP.
Oh,
So
boo! Oh my
yeah,
goodness!
I know. So
So...
you start gathering in these tickets, and at the end of the ball, you have to pay out however many of those tickets that you received.
Oh, ka-ching.
Um, yep. And to facilitate that, they have like these little tiny little bee tunes that follow you around with like a little ticket giver. And every time they see you do something toonish, they give you a ticket. Uh, so essentially, Jiznip has bugged the attendees of the party.
Oh my god, that's terrible. I don't know what to say. We're starting off strong with the puns here, guys. Oh man, I like bees, but I already don't like these bees. I know they're being paid to do it, but no.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got a whole swarm of them, so there's just kind of
ooh.
like this undercurrent of zzz
Oh
going
god,
throughout the
yeah.
entire ball.
Oh, my hyper acuity does not like that idea at all.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Uh, but yeah, this year it's for charity instead of just taking in like a ton of money from his attendees.
Mm.
Rumor is it that the rather sweaty and nervous-looking Prince Ekim has had something to do with that.
My goodness.
And boy, he's here, and he sure looks sweaty and nervous.
Wow, that's the level of prestige. Huh? We've actually got the Prince of Giznip himself over there.
Yep.
Oh, I'm a proper
Um.
example.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I'm guessing
I'm not sorry.
there's gonna be a lot of giggling. There's gonna be a lot of giggling.
Yeah.
No worries.
Thanks to Owl, by the way, for giving us the okay to have Giznip and Ecom in the background. We're not going to be playing them, but they're here. They're here. Trust me.
Yeah, we gotta have our cameos.
Mm-hmm.
Uh. Anyway, I think this would start with probably just as far into the ballroom as possible, like just completely surrounded on sides by people chatting, attempting to be not toonish, and ultimately failing. Because I mean, they're toons.
Mm-hmm.
It's in their nature. So you have well, let's see, what's Delta doing? Like I assume, did he arrive fashionably late?
Of course,
What's Yeah, of course. Um,
with the Starbeaks.
yes.
20 minutes late with the
Star
Starbeaks.
Peaks. Very
Just
nice.
gives it to the
Okay.
doorman, like, you deal with this now.
Hmm. All right. So, what are his thoughts on this whole shindig?
Sucks. Oh my god, this party sucks. Like he is a
Ugh.
notorious party bird. He's like the Dionysus of Toontown. Like, man, he goes to every party, and he's seen some real dunkers, and my god, this might be a new bottom of the scale. This is so boring. Why would you do this bee infliction? And like, nah, yeah, this is hell. But he also has to be here because his family, nobles, someone has to be here to represent. And Uncle Screwmacadra he's not particularly notorious for going to parties. You may not be surprised to hear this, if you know who he's based on. And his cousin is like AFK, no idea what he's doing. But yeah.
Oh gosh, especially with this party where you have to give money.
Yeah, so as it were, Delta was like, oh sure, it's a party, whatever, I'll go. And it's kind of, you know, you get to wear your pretty clothes. He's wearing his prettiest clothes, the green variety, as was voted by the channel. Yes. So he looks extra flash. But man, there's no point in looking flash if you can't have any fun. So yeah, he's just like dying inside. Absolutely.
Let's see. So probably just doing like the rote kind of meet and greet and move on kind of thing with the other patrons at the party.
Yeah.
Delta being who he is, his assigned bee is been quite lenient, probably because she seems rather enamored of her assigned patron.
B movie warning. Ah, the sirens start going. First comment is going to be the entire script of the B movie. I can see it.
Oh no! Yeah. Please no! Oh my god! I don't think Discord allows us that, so I think we're okay.
Okay,
but
cool.
Good God. But anyway, his little bee attendant has instead of like been handing out like tickets, has been kind of just folding them up into little flowers and trying to find opportunities to bedeck Delta with the tiny little paper flowers.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, suitably, even this party animal has sort of turned into a wallflower as you know, matching the decorations, but also just like, because this crowd, man, you know, he's been to funerals that have been more fun to this. Mainly because there's fun in the word, but like, no, this is bad. Yeah, so he's basically avoiding people at this point, because he's like, I can't even be bothered. I can't even be bothered rubbing my station in people's faces, because most of these people are the same caliber of class as I am, and then it's just like, this is just boring. This is boring.
Well, as the patrons are passing by you, you start to hear something odd. It sounds like snoring? Yeah, it sounds like somebody's snoring. And
Okay.
I don't think I've actually posted Sally's
Oh, you have the beautiful dress. It is in Toonkind fan art, but we must have it in the video as well because it's just such a good look.
Yes.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yay.
All right, so she you see a much taller Toon than you are. Rubber hose apparently in a beautiful blue dress, except it's not exactly like what you see here. The head appears to be gone.
Oh, okay.
And
jeez.
Yeah, and there's like snoring sounds coming from this Toon. Something along the lines of, "How do you do? Delighted to meet you." Just generally that sort of thing. And how about we have a perception check? We'll actually have like a dice roll in this game.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Here. I mean, I was going to say he's absolutely going to have a look at what the hell is going on here. Could I say investigation?
Sure, go for it.
I mean, like, he's perceived this bird. He needs to find out what on earth is going on. A 9. He's not. Maybe. 9. I mean, Toonkind's come in all shapes and sizes. Maybe she just doesn't have a head.
Possibly. But yeah, like, she seems to be sleepwalking, perhaps? Just kind of, like, people are giving her a bit of a wide berth at the moment. But the people who do end up running against her, she just kind of, like, automatically extends a hand, shakes it, and then kind of moves on. But as she turns around, you see, like, you see the head, it's just kind of flopped backwards. And she seems to be sound asleep.
Yeah, there's a small amount of like actual genuine amusement and like wow that's enough to get his interest because nothing else has been entertaining, but also a kind of God I wish that were me. Wish I could sleep and do that at the same time. So he is already intrigued by this.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, he's gonna play the game. He walks up and shakes her hand and is like, oh god, I've actually got to use his original voice, which is not the creaky one that I've always been using. Ah, shit. How did I decide to do this? I'm so Star Trek. I'm like, oh my god, I get to meet Sally Forth. Nice to make your acquaintance.
Oh, delighted. Delta. Delta? Oh. Oh, hello!
I didn't recognize you being that way up. Hello, Sally. How you doing?
Oh, I'm well, surprisingly well rested. Huh.
It
Did
sure
I fall?
looked that way.
Oh dear, I fell asleep. And she starts like looking around, and you can see there is a very stressed little bee attendant following her around. And as you're watching it, she takes a little ticket and pokes it into the ruff that is springing out around Sally's head. And upon closer look, yeah, that's all tickets.
That's a very expensive dress you've got on.
Oh. Yes. Oh dear. Well, I wasn't really they don't usually send me to this ball. I told my parents I'd try my best to keep the cost to a minimum, but here we are. How are you doing, Delta?
Suffering.
Oh, I must say I like the flowers in your hair. That's quite pretty.
Yeah.
Your ensemble is very nice.
Made some steps of my own, but I came here with the apparent misconception that you have a good time at parties, but that doesn't seem to be the case with this one.
Yes, it's pretty dull.
Pretty dull?
Very dull.
Very dull?
Extremely dull.
Yes.
Extremely dull.
We'll go with extreme.
Apocalyptically dull. I would very much like to leave, but I don't know if I'd be able to pay my tab at this point.
Is there any way to persuade your little assistants there that, you know, this was all for a good cause? You don't have to pay any more than you already are. Charity isn't charity if it's not voluntary.
Maybe they do have an upper limit on how much you must pay. Excuse me. And then, like, the little bee attendant like perks up a little. Do you I don't suppose we could you could you look a little stressed there. How about you just take a little bit of a break and just calm down, maybe enjoy the festivities yourself. It seems like an awful lot of pressure to put on one little bee. I guess we'll have a roll persuasion.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll see how you do and then I'll try if it doesn't work.
Okay.
Good luck.
Oh, a dirty 20.
Your bee is very tired.
This poor little bee. The little bee appears to think it over, and takes another look at its little ticket dispenser, opens it up. It's nearly empty. She's like, most of the tickets are just around Sally's neck, and looks around, looks at Delta's bee like with a pleading look, like please. Sally's bee seems amenable to the situation. What do you think Delta's bee is doing?
That's a good question. I mean, the bee is enamored of him, but not necessarily Sally. In fact, going with the cartoon tropes of what's usually in the situation, maybe it's a bit jealous.
Oh.
The bee's turned green. So he's gonna try and persuade his bee, because it's only fair. So he's just gonna hold its tiny little, one of its front legs and say, "You've been an absolute sweetheart, but don't you think it's time you had a little, take the weight off your wings?" And I'm going to try and roll persuasion. Which will be, ooh, even though I'm a level 1 baby, I still have a +6. Oh, boy, that's a 25.
Oh, that's almost a nat 20.
Guy with the high rolls.
This little, this little Delta's bee is, being enamored, blushes demurely, and seems to agree. And she takes her rather exhausted comrade off the the field of battle, as it were. And we, since our two have been successfully debugged.
Hooray!
All right.
That'll take the sting out of it slightly. I don't know.
Oh, thank goodness.
Is there a way that we can get rid of some of those? Your dress is already really lovely. I think the ruff is a bit much.
It does look a little bit pinata-ish. Well, maybe maybe we could go dancing. Perhaps some of them would be loosened.
All right, I'll take you for a spin if you're willing.
Okay. Not to mention, well, just between you and me, I'd really like to get out of here.
Oh, we were already 2 birds of a feather for that one. Yeah, okay, are we dancing?
Hey, title drop! Yes, we're gonna go dancing. We're gonna, the dance floor is packed, being like one of the only real areas of actual entertainment.
Yeah. I guess this is performance, because, like, dancing?
I would actually say it's probably more like survival.
Oh my god, okay! Oh gee, I have nothing in that. Great, I love rolls where I have no bonus. Let's see. 17!
Well, actually, that's pretty good.
He does like dancing.
Okay, let's see how Sally...
Oh! Oh my god, what happened?
Oh, that's a 5 from Sally!
Yeah, 17 and a 5. This will be interesting. Is this a height-related thing? Because they have quite different heights.
Like, yeah, I assume that Sally, with the large, like, slightly jangly dress that she's wearing, ends up getting, like, caught off in, like, another current, like, in the dance floor. There's, like, several different currents, and she ends up getting stuck in, like, this rotating loop of people who are just stuck in one corner, and they just cannot get back out into the dance floor.
Recursive dancing.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Meanwhile,
he just started dancing with someone else and was like almost enjoying himself. I'm afraid he's a bit like this. Okay, he's gonna try. He's gonna try and get you out of there, buddy. What do I roll for that?
Let's see. I think this would be kind of making the dance floor dance to your tune, rather than following the current currents that it is. So I think a performance does make sense in this case.
Okay. What's the bonus for that? It's a +1. Let's see what happens with a +4.
Oh no!
Oh no!
You are now also stuck in the loop.
Vortex dancing whirlpool.
Vortex, no!
Oh
boy.
This is not the merry-go-round I wanted to ride on. Oh, get me out of this maelstrom.
Oh, I'm getting sick. Okay, hang on. Here, Sally picks Delta up.
Lift,
I'm gonna
yes.
assume, yes, like, sets him on top of her shoulders, and a few of the tickets are loosened.
What do you know?
All right.
I think the tickets that fall out actually sort of drop into the punch bowl, and they're just slowly dissolving in there.
Very nice. Okay, so now with his height advantage, perhaps let's have Delta roll survival at advantage to see how he does navigating the currents of the dance floor.
Okay. A captain aboard his ship, his very tall ship. Yes. Oh, come on, dice pass it. Oh, a 10 and 15, right?
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. All right. So, rather Ratatouille style, you were guiding Sally through the dance floor.
Port,
thankfully
starboard.
the bees
No,
are...
my starboard, not yours.
Oh, okay, yes, no, excuse me, sorry, didn't mean to step on you.
You just trod on the prince, but we're gonna ignore that and keep moving.
Sorry, Your Highness.
It's alright, he's already shot, nobody will notice.
Alright, and so, you've made it into the middle of the dance floor, kind of the eye of the storm here, so we need another survival check at advantage to see if we can get out on the other side.
Okay. Okay, that's a 17.
Oh, yes. Yeah, let's take that 17.
We'll go with the 17, not the 4.
Okay. Oh, yes, I can start to see it. Ah, okay, yes, a little turn, a little potty do, do-si do, and out they pop on the other side of the dance floor.
Okay, well, I'm glad your feet were the ones getting trodden on, but,
Ah, well, luckily there's chainmail in this dress, so I wasn't quite so banged up.
you don't
Yes,
say.
here we are. Yes,
Never had the tolerance for
ladies
that
need to
kind of
be.
stuff. It's too heavy for me.
Oh, well, weight training and all that good stuff.
Weight
But
training?
anyway,
Wait, what?
well, yes.
Nah, you don't get out of this fast. What? What? Weight training?
Well, I was. It was all part of just training for night school, really. Uh,
What, you
you
mean you're
know.
training to study at night? Drinking lots of
Oh, no, no,
caffeine?
no, no. Like a night with a K, night school.
Oh, really? All that slam bam swashbuckling stuff? That sounds
Oh,
kind of exhausting.
yes, yes. Well, no, I actually liked that part. It was, learning the all the protocols and the dukes and the counts and the what's its
Uh,
and yeah,
counting
that
counts.
that was the count and counts. Not my strong suit, I'm afraid.
So you
Uh
didn't go in for accountancy?
no, definitely not. Paperwork. Ugh,
Ugh. Well, okay, we can
ugh.
see eye to eye on that, even if we can't at ground level. Oh, by the way, I should probably get off you, right?
Yes, I think that would probably be a good idea. We might start attracting other bees. So she lifts him back up and puts him back down.
Okay, that's cool. He's very light, by the way. I mean, hollow bones. It's an easy thing to do.
Oh, yes.
So, at the risk of actually getting into a conversation at this travesty of a party, how is that going? The whole night
Oh,
school thing.
well, I'm afraid, hate to see it, but, not too well. The final exams were just a week ago, and, well, I didn't pass.
Eh,
Uh,
so what?
well, I thought that being a knight, I'd be able to help people a bit more. I wasn't able to help out with my family with the paperwork. Figured I could at least be a knight, but apparently that's not working out. So they set me up here to see if I could, be the person who goes to parties. But she looks at the still pretty substantial amount of ruff around her neck and says, "I'm not. I don't think I'm doing too good here either. Uh, but yeah, move on, move up, find some other way to, help out."
I guess. But you kind of sounded like you did like the knight part of being a knight, just like the paperwork. But I mean, that'd kill it for any tune, right? I mean, what are
You would
you, a
think so.
background character?
No, definitely not. Not at this height. Not with this dress.
You know,
Uh,
I
but
met a lot of I met a lot of people who choose that path out of, well, it's kind of just fear, but it's disguised as practicality. You sound like you want to do what the actual part of that job is. It's just the paperwork that killed it for you.
yes, I don't know. Like when you, well, it's a little embarrassing, but as a little chick, when I would read like all these stories about knights in shining armor rescuing princesses and princes and helping dragons, and well, it just seemed that knights seemed to make things, better just by being there and by helping out. And I always thought that was a nice thing.
Can you roll a quick insight? This
Okay. Oh
horrible
boy.
face.
No modifier. Let's go.
Woo!
14. Hey.
A 14. You almost catch an odd expression, which I will say was faint nausea at the idea of like dedicating your entire life to helping people, but he covers it up very quickly, partly because he like actually likes you. Like, you guys have met before and you're both kind of in a similar situation right now. So he actually reaches deep down into the fetid valley that is his soul and tries to pull out something that will actually, like, make you not worry so much, because he's got a, at the moment, very rosy view of the world. He says, what people really want sometimes seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so they never dare to ask the universe for it, like being a knight in shining armor. Well, I'm saying I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it.
Me.
Well, I
Are
ask the universe for stuff all the time, and I don't think I particularly deserve it. But as far as I can tell, it's more like letting the universe know what you want and trusting in that eventuality while letting go of how it comes to pass. Maybe you're not gonna be a knight in the conventional way with the whole exam thing. I can't believe they give you paperwork for a knight exam. But maybe you'll get there another way.
um, Sally mulls it over, and there's the faint wisps of smoke coming out of her ears. Uh,
Oh, bless. I broke the bone.
that I think that sounds nice, Delta.
I'm not very good at being nice. Sorry, it's not my character development thing.
I don't know. You seem pretty nice to me, Delta.
Ugh, well, you
It's
have
always
made a
it's
horrible
always a joy
mistake.
to be with you. Oh, I don't think so in this case. Uh,
He blushes.
because it's always been a joy to be around you, Delta.
He looks genuinely
But-
surprised at that one.
But I think what I picked up on was if we're going to be asking the universe for something, I think I would really like to let it know that I would like to get out of this party.
Oh, absolutely. Come on, let's, we're only... what? Gotta get past that balcony. No, that's not good. I want you to roll perception to see if you can see what he's just seen.
Oh boy, do I want to roll perception? Darth Pricer?
Come on, wake up, Dice
Please?
Pasta. I know you're sleepy.
Oh,
Oh,
16!
yep.
Hey!
16, easy. You easily spot why he has just hidden behind your dress, which is fortunately ample enough for him to sort of use as a pillar. You know, his stealth roll is like
Yes.
quite assisted. You see, I mean, I don't know how fond Sally Forth is of movies.
Imagine she's seen them.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you're trending to be a knight. You probably like action movies, so you...
I think she's the type of bird who assumes that it's real.
Oh no, oh baby. Okay, in that case, you see, not the famous director, you see the famous cowboy. The famous cowboy, the engineer, who is standing not too far away from you. Unfortunately, he's actually, as it were, facing towards where you both are. He's currently talking with a group, and, you know, even without an inside roll, you can pretty much guess that he's tolerating the situation, and you can tell that these are well-to-do people. One might suspect, if one knew he was a director, not a cowboy, that he's trying to get some more funding for his next picture or something, and yeah, is rubbing elbows with the hoi polloi of this party.
Aha.
But your friend here seems to think that meeting him would not be a good idea.
Yeah. She doesn't move because she sees that Delta seems to be in some distress, but she flops her head back, much like she did when she was sleeping, just to like check on him. Delta, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just that guy over there. He knows who I am. He's a nice-ish guy. Kinda nice. Chaotic neutral, probably. But, yeah, we've done some movies together, and he wants me for another one, and if he sees me, he's probably going to latch onto me, and I don't have the energy to talk with someone as high energy as that right now. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Movies. I thought he was a cowboy. Okay, I guess maybe he's branching off into movies. All right, so let's see. Do we just sneak around him?
You see the ... appear above Delta's head for a second. He's like, yeah, let's keep it simple and say that's what he's doing. Yeah, we need to get past him without him seeing me, or we could get sucked into a whole new kind of whirlpool. So, I want you to make up a way to get past this guy, because, like, yeah, we're going past the engineer, we're going to have to try and not be perceived by him.
Well, what don't cowboys look at?
Oh my god, I love her. What don't cowboys look at? That's a good question. I don't know the answer. Sally, you are a unique bird.
Hmm.
And
How
remember,
about
you've
we
got.
pretend?
Sorry, it's just remember you've got
Yes.
abilities as a nightly bird and so on and so forth. Also, you
Mm-hmm.
can probably invent things that are in this ballroom, which I haven't thought of.
Okay. How about we say that nearby there are some wealthy sheep patron? Uh.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, sure. Gizmo is
Yes.
fleecing them. Sure.
All right. So, he's a cowboy, so he wouldn't be interested in sheep. So if we mingle with the sheep, he won't be interested in us.
Sure, let's try that. I mean, I don't
Okay.
know it. That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about cowboys to disagree. Okay, let's try your plan. Otherwise, I'd have to think of
Okay.
one, and that's too much effort for the likes of me. Okay, let's
Okay. Yeah.
try and use the sheep. Describe how this works.
Okay. So being sheep, they move as a flock. So it's all they're tall-ish. Sally is not going to be hidden by them very
Mm.
well, but they're about the same size as Delta, so he could probably uh what is it?
A goose in sheep's
Odysseus this,
clothing.
or yeah, like uh that sort of thing. Uh,
Okay, I'm gonna say
uh
we're gonna do like a joint stealth roll, and because you came
okay,
up with the idea, like we'll take the higher roll, but like we're both rolling, and we'll
okay,
take whichever one is better.
okay.
Um.
Sally is at disadvantage because she is wearing a chainmail dress.
Oh shit! Really? Okay.
Yep.
16.
Okay, I think the 16
6.
is.
16 is not bad. Okay,
Oh,
16.
I got 16
All right.
both times.
That's what we're going with. I'm gonna say the problem is the engineer has owl hearing, so the DC for this is actually higher than that. However, I'm gonna describe what happens before we get too panicked. So we
Okay.
blend in with the crowd or the flock, as this may be. You look a bit like Bo Peep with these sheep milling around you, and somehow we kind of coax them into walking in that direction, which isn't too hard. Once one sheep
We've heard
starts
'em.
moving, like they all follow along. That's like
Mhm.
what they do. And hey, maybe we're heading to the buffet. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're walking past them, and you get to behind the engineer, and then your chainmail just like snags on something, and it's enough to sound unusual enough that his head whips around 180 degrees because he's half owl and it can do that.
Oh my god.
And he looks up,
Oh.
only seeing you, fortunately, because Delta is currently sweating buckets, but is hiding at the back of the crowd. However, he has definitely seen you, and he says, "Oh, hello there, Sally. How you doing?"
Oh, hello. I hope you're having a mighty fine day. Cow cowpoke. I don't what. How do I address a cowboy? I don't know. But yes.
He's actually
Yes,
laughing
I'm
about
doing
that.
just fine.
Oh,
But
that's marvelous. Well, I can say that I'm having a time. Good time may be a bit of a stretch, honestly. And he's sort of saying this conspiratorially, because he's still pretty close to the other people he had been talking to, but like, you know, that kind of thing. You are currently engaged in a slightly awkward conversation with this guy, and Delta is still hiding, but I'm going to make a stealth roll just to see if he's still hiding well. An 18, he is.
yeah,
that's
that's
fine.
pretty good.
His curly hair, albeit being blonde, does allow for a fairly sheepish top of his silhouette, so he's getting away with it.
Nice. Well, yes, it is, well, regrettably, a little boring here. I'm surprised that you decided to come.
Yes,
Yeah,
well, it was more out of necessity than a voluntary action, but honestly, I'm starting to feel like I was wasting my time. Some of these purse strings are tighter than. Ugh, anyway, I'm definitely here for the charity. That's definitely why I'm here.
yes, I see. Yes, as you can see, I've got a bit of charity all over me here. Uh, anyway, it's been delightful. Good luck with your next documentary. I'm very curious to see who you're going to shoot next.
documentary. Now that's an idea. And you actually set him off onto thinking about like that as a possibility. Well done. You've managed to make his brain go off in a different direction, and you managed to sneak away without blowing Delta's cover. Congratulations.
Okay, very good. Okay. Well, okay. So there was no high noon. That's great, especially since it's night. So, I guess that would put them. Okay, you're fairly close to the exit now. There's like those beautiful double doors, archway, open up where you entered essentially, and they announced you, and then you could go off and mingle and do whatever. So having left the herd of sheep behind, as you're approaching the doors, well, there seems to be a commotion coming from over that way, and suddenly, like, the guests are moving back in and sort of forcing you back from the door. And then the crier at the front announces, His Honorable Duke Kukum.
Oh my god.
And
oh my god.
Yep. And apparently Delta is not the one. Well, this is well after being fashionably late. This guy just arrived, just plain late. And you see above the crowd, kind of bobbing along, there is a rooster-sized rooster tune, who's being carried apparently by a little procession, and behind him there is like a chest, like he's got like attendants holding a chest, and appears to be filled with like cut gems, and each one is like as big as your fist. And you know this personally because as they were passing, one cut emerald kind of bounces off the thing. Rube Goldberg's its way across fancy hats and bouncing off fancy dresses, and lands plop right into Delta's hand. Yeah. So as it's passing, Duke Kukum and his procession arrive up to where King Jiznip is sitting, presiding over things. And you can't hear it quite from where you are, but he appears to be making a presentation of this gift to King Jiznip. And very interesting, because after you were presented to King Jiznip, they would assign you a bee, and then you could go out and do your thing. But they don't assign this Duke Kukum a bee. Apparently, maybe Duke Kukum has been using these gems to kind of bribe his way out of being bugged.
And so
apparently it worked.
Too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, how about we have Delta roll a history to see if he is aware of who Duke Kukum is.
He's tacky, that's what I know. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna roll history. That's a +3. A 7. That's rubbish.
Okay.
However, can I also say because he's like got this emerald, he's probably more interested in that than this like show off. So it does make sense. So can I like have a look at the gem and like try and figure out if it's legit?
Yeah, go for it. Let's see. How about an investigation roll?
Yeah, okay. I've got a big +1 to that. A 5. It's shiny.
It seems real. It is super shiny. It's beautifully cut. It's glittering up a storm, and it matches your outfit. It's very nice. But you see Duke Kukum before he leaves the dais where King Jiznip sits. He looks out over the crowd, and as he's looking, he catches sight of Delta, and you see his little beady eyes go red. And suddenly there is a rather angry-looking rooster being carried aloft above the crowds, right in your direction.
Yeah, and? Yeah, Delta does not care. He's just flipping the emerald up and down like, it's got a satisfying weight to it, I guess.
So the crowd parts in front of Duke Kukum, and he is quite in your face, and apparently he's got like there's like a little dog tune that's actually like holding Duke Kukum up. So, and he holds him a little higher, so Duke Kukum's actually above your height line, so he can look down on you. And he takes off like one of his gloves and he throws it at you and says, I remember you from last year's ball. Somehow, I don't know how, but you got all of your tickets pushed off on me, and I had to bear the burden of all a hefty sum of 1,000 gold. I demand satisfaction.
You know,
I want to
I was
duel.
once. Really? I mean, really? You really want to make a scene here? I mean, you already have. Like, we know you have ego issues, and he like pats him on the foot and is sort of, it's okay. You know, someone once told me the effect that you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. I mean, if that's true, I'm pretty sure you're in debt, but, you know, you can take that wisdom if you want it. And he's going to say, yeah, that debt. Here, how about this? Maybe that'll pay it off. And throws his own emerald back at this guy.
Okay, actually do have Duke Kukum Stoots some stats. Duke Kukum Stoots. Okay. Let's see if he recognizes that that's his gem. Yeah. I guess that would be investigation for him.
Something like that.
Not too.
Oh my god, that was a nat 1! That was a nat fail! That was a crit fail! I actually sold the bit! Oh my god!
Yes!
Yes!
Like, Duke Hukum doesn't catch it. He doesn't catch things. Come on. But his dog attendant does catch it, and he looks it over. Worth about 1,000 GP.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Fine.
Who'd have thought it?
I'll accept this. But
Yeah,
still,
even
I demand satisfaction.
Satisfaction? What is satisfying to you? I mean, look.
A jewel. Right here, right now.
I just gave you a jewel.
A duel!
I said I just gave you a jewel. Oh my god, can you believe this guy, Sally?
I think he means a D-U-E-L.
Well, he should have said that.
Actually, I do have like a little picture of this guy. Let's see if I can pull
yay! Sorry, I'm such an ass.
Gosh, I love it though.
Oh, I do.
Let's see.
Fun.
Where did you go?
All these years of being
Rooster.
nice,
There he
and I finally get to go apeshit. Come on, Discord, give me the picture. Gimme.
There he is.
Oh my gosh, that looks so cool. Oh my god, I wouldn't have had the confidence to say all this shit to his face if I knew he looked like that. I mean, damn.
But again, he's like a regular rooster size. He's tiny.
Oh my god, that's even better.
But Sally kind of like nudges Delta and like leans down towards his ear. You know, if you accept it, you could get us out of here.
Yeah, it'd also get us into conflict. I'm not particularly, I don't know if you know this, but I'm pretty much a pacifist.
Well, then should we run? What would you like to do?
Running? Ooh. That's like, you know, that's him saying, ugh, exercise. It's not like running away. I can't do that, my honor. Like, nah, honor? The fuck is that? No. He just, he wants to do the thing that takes the least possible effort. And he's like, okay. Listen, I went to a salon earlier this week, and the masseuse got a little bit over enthusiastic. You know, my shoulders haven't really recovered, and I'm sure you want a fair fight. Now, my friend here, she's a peach. Like, if you want an actual challenge, which apparently you do, I'm no fun, but this girl, I mean, look at her.
Are you going to have me fight my own NPC?
I mean, I'm trying to persuade him that would be more interesting and therefore more satisfying.
Okay, well, he's listening. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Okay. Oh my god, I have a feeling this isn't going to work. A 7. It's a crit fail! There's my crit fail. I knew it! The rule of funny does not allow me to do this. I'm kind of happy, thank you. How badly does this go over?
Oh! You dirty rat, you would actually ask that a fair maiden fight in your stead.
Hey, no sexism. She could beat the tar out of the both of us, you know that, fair and square.
I demand satisfaction, and I demand satisfaction for her honor. He's not listening to your, like, sexism spiel, whatever, whatsoever. He is he's lost in the sauce.
Okay. Delta kind of leans around this hothead and sort of waves at the king. Is like, sorry about this, but I guess we better take this outside.
And I'm going to say that Jizna probably really would prefer that you not have a disruption, so he waves this little growing altercation out the door.
I want everyone to remember I was against this. He started it. Okay, let's go, people.
Okay. Yeah, so on out, and you are followed by a gaggle of people who very much want. It's like almost the entire party is, because this is the most interesting thing that's happened so far this evening.
Hang on.
So,
are you saying that you set this whole thing up for a cockfight? Because, I mean, that's literally... I mean, he's a goose,
I
not a...
found out! I must run!
Ay. Okay, I mean, I guess we're doing this shit, and, yeah, Delta doesn't look too enthused, but he also doesn't look too worried. How is Sally feeling about this whole thing?
She is, well, knowing Delta and just all the weird things that happen around him, she is worried for his well-being, but also interested to see exactly how he's going to handle this. I mean, as you're walking out, she's like, I could act as your second if you like.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. I mean, probably won't be necessary, but yeah, I'll take you up on that.
Okay, good. That means we can stick together, and who knows, maybe we'll find a way to, run.
And remember, we want this to be a fair fight. And he gives you a big wink. I'm not sure if Sally would understand.
Let's see if she do. We'll just do like a straight wisdom check.
Yeah, sure. Or intelligence, either.
Intelligence. Oh, let's go with intelligence.
Is that even worse? I don't know what the stats are.
-1. Oh,
a 19!
20!
Okay, you actually... You do get it!
Yes!
I'm shocked. I'm really shocked.
And a nat 20 for Sally with intelligence is a 19. So there is a little bit of a dial tone noise, and then she winks at Delta. It is very overdone, but at least you know she got the message.
Okay, great. Cool. He gives her a pat on the wing and says, you know, my father used to brag that I wasn't a ham, I was the whole pig, but I think you might have me beaten.
But I'm a bird.
Yeah, let's just quit while we're ahead with this conversation. And I guess we're going to do a fight, huh?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of a battle in the D&D game.
Oh boy! Shall we take a little break? A little sneaky break. So
yeah, let's take a little break. But where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? I'm not so fond of secondary locations.
I am not taking you to no secondary location. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
We'll see you back in a moment. I'm going to go and chug water like there's no tomorrow because I ended up defaulting to this creaky voice that I've given him anyway. Why did I do that? Oh! Anyway, never mind.
Okay, habits. All right, we shall be back
soon. Oh boy. was my fun. I've got chocolate. Chocolate for brain sugar. What's going on? How's the Nuts and Bolts charity gallery? Oh boy. Hello, I'm back. Hi. Now you get chocolate ASMR. Oh my god, I can't believe I managed to get this guy into a duel. This is gonna go horribly. Oh, thank you, Obi. Yay. Oh, sorry, I'm chomping chocolate. Liz says they want to see
fine.
blood. This is
I'm
concerning. Oh no. The puns just come, man. Like, the game has been making them.
Oh, yes. Oh, man, the Nuts and Bolts gallery. Hello, folks.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for listening. God, there's a lot of you.
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
I'm gonna not look at exactly how many there are. I'm desperately consuming calories, and my brain has a hope of being able to think of something, because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
I'm very
loving
very
this.
interested to
This
see
is
what
so
exactly is
much
going to
fun.
happen. But I shall assure you that I do have an out if we need one.
Okay, cool. Alright. Are we good? Oh, let's look at this character sheet, of which I am very familiar. Not that I had to stretch my brain to remember what spells I had when I was still level 1. I actually had to change it, because the first character sheet I came up for Deltasong, that is Alibi, in Snail's first game, I didn't remember that, you know, like, the Constitution thing helps give you, like, hit points, and this boy had, like, no hit points, so I basically had to, like, redo shit, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a really bad time if I don't change this. So that was a very kind decision on the Snail's part to let me alter it, because, yeah, I would be suffering by this point. Okay, right. I have oh so few spells and oh so fewer hit points. My word. Oh, that's not a lot of hit points. Okay, how do we do this?
Yes. I would say that you are taken out to you walk and lead everybody out to the palace grounds, fairly close to the gate, but off a little bit to the side, trying to, I guess, set up an avenue of escape should one be needed. Though you do have a bit of a problem in that almost everybody in the ball decided to come out and take a look at this, because it's the most entertaining thing that's happened all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the eyes of everyone are upon you, Delta, and I don't know if that means the engineer is also watching.
Oh,
but,
hell yeah, no, he's bored as fuck. He would definitely be out here. In fact, I think the engineer very inappropriately, because, he's not noble. And he likes a good scrap, and he's like, tear his feathers off. Thanks, I'll do my best. No, I was talking to him. Vote of confidence. I say, I was joking, but I'm not placing any bets. I'm just saying.
Okay. So we'll say
Is it
an
initiative?
unaffiliated party. Actually, usually you have to have somebody who overlooks the duel, I would say. So, Mr. Cowboy, perhaps you could, look over the duel, make sure everything's going fairly.
All right. I've not any bias. He gives Delta a bit of a... he doesn't have eyes, so how he managed to wink is a complete mystery, but he still did. Okay, yeah, and he is actually going to be impartial and fair, because, like, hey, the engineer does have some scruples.
Yeah, there we go.
Not many,
Alright,
but
so yes,
some.
let us roll initiative.
Oh my god. Including Sally, I'm guessing? Because, like,
yeah.
I did ask.
Okay, so that's for Duke. And then let me go to Sally.
Okay.
Well, I actually probably will need to have something. Okay, yeah, there we go.
I shall be a gentleman. Wait, let the lady go first.
Aha. Okay.
17.
Nope, Sally. So far, it's Sally. Oh,
here's the nat 20. I mean,
nat
I
20!
would have liked that nat 20 for the attack that I'm gonna make, but sure, fine. I mean, I'll take it.
Sure, yeah. Alright. Yeah, so we have Delta, Sally, and then the Duke. Now, I'm just going to take that in there. It's 3 people to keep track of, so hopefully that won't get too messy.
Yeah, hopefully.
Alright.
DSD.
Alright.
Alright,
So,
okay.
having...
Alright, back to back, take 10 steps and then turn around and let each other have it, I suppose.
Alright, the Duke, now on the ground, much tinier, like knee height to Delta, draws this wicked-looking rapier, holds it up, like, as duelists will, like, right up in front of their face, and, seems to be abiding by the rules of the duel.
Mm-hmm. He does not have any intent of using it, and it's very apparent that he just basically never does use it. But Delta accepts a short sword off someone from the crowd because, like,
okay.
you would have given your stuff to the guards at the door. Like, you wouldn't walk into a party like this with a weapon. And yeah, he's kind of holding it in that way that it implies that it's too heavy and he doesn't really want to, and he didn't want to do this to begin with, but hey, he was called out, so like whatever.
And being back to back with the Duke, you can't really see it, but yeah, the Duke is grinning at this. He apparently really likes his odds in this.
Okay. Oh dear. Okay. All right.
Then yeah.
I guess we
10
take
paces out.
It's gonna be really funny because, like, yeah, Delta's paces are considerably longer than this rooster's.
This is true. Oh, so 10 Delta paces and 10 rooster paces later.
Yeah. And in fact, if one looks very closely, you might be able to interpret that Delta is stretching a little bit, just to make those steps even more.
A little squash and stretch. Yeah, no one will notice.
Stretch,
Yeah, no, it never hurt nobody.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
And he turns around and he says, well, I did say I didn't want to do this, but he's going to cast Chaos Bolt, which I haven't been able to use for ages. Yay!
Alright. Okay, so what's Chaos Bolt do?
Oh, Chaos Bolt is so much fun. So I have to roll to hit, and I'll tell you what happens if I do hit. 15.
Alright.
How is that? Because I have something I can do if it doesn't hit.
That does hit.
Oh, it does hit. Great. Okay, cool. I love this spell.
He's just in fancy dress. So
yeah, that's true. Okay, so on a hit, the target takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage, but there's a fun little twist to it as well. So I'll roll that damage first because depending on what the d8s are, it tells me what the kind of damage is. I pick one of those two numbers and it correlates to a table. If the 2d8s are the same, the spell bounces and can be cast again on another target.
Oh!
However, I'm not sure I'm allowed to do it in this case because it's a duel with one person, so let's see. Oh, they're different anyway.
Oh, 11. Oh my gosh, you've nearly cooked this rooster in one.
Okay, 3 or 4. It's fire or force. Hey, let's get a little smoky barbecue on this. So yeah, this wobbling mass of chaotic energy goes out of the sword. He like holds it up like it's a sort of laser sword and goes zip, like in The Legend of Zelda. And it appears to be very indeterminate what this thing is until it hits the rooster, who is now on fire.
There is a very distressed noise coming from the rooster. Because you have taken him down to 1 hit point, Mod.
Well, I mean, that's a fair hit. Do we continue?
I don't think the Duke is going to. Because he wanted to have satisfaction, not death. So there's now a rooster that is on fire that is running around squawking indignantly. No, actually not indignantly. In fear of his life. So I'm going to say that Sally probably takes pity on him and just kind of whops him down to the ground with her giant bird feather wing hands and smacks out the smacks the fire out.
Delta's just doing the thing where he blows the end of the sword like it's a gun that's just fired.
And there is a a very tiny white flag that is raised in surrender.
Oh,
So
dear, what a
Duke
shame.
Kukum has yielded and emerges bereft of most of his fancy feathers, and now a naked rooster, essentially. Oh,
Somebody get
this
this
poor
chicken a
guy.
barrel.
Yes, a suitably small barrel is acquired.
A firkin is rolled out and emptied just for this tiny bit. Alright, nothing to see here, folks. I'm sure he's learned his lesson, and I'm sure you're all dying to get back to that humdinger of a party.
Yeah, like, that being over so quickly, even though it was, very entertaining watching this rooster run around in flames. I'd say the crowd is probably a little bit disappointed because that it was over so quickly. So with like a groan and a grumble, like the party goers start filtering in, and at this point you could, if we were sneaky enough, we probably could get away.
Oh, absolutely, because whilst they are disappointed, I mean, this happens so often in the comics, like when this guy wins, no one cheers. No one ever cheers, so he's actually kind of used to this, and he's like, yeah, I know, bummer, right? But yeah, he manages to find Sally's wing, and is going to try and get the peck out of Dodge.
Oh, okay, yes. It's like Sally, it takes like a second for Sally to get the message, but when she does, she lifts him up again, and because she's a fast bird. Well, they're probably, well, at this point they're pretty much the same, but hey, it's funnier this way. She tucks Delta under one arm and just nooms.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable. I mean, I don't want to make you roll anything because, like, we deserve this. We deserve to get out of here.
Yes.
In fact, I think the engineer is the one that spots you, and he's just like, "Go, be free." Like, he covers for them, and it's like, fine. At least one of us has escaped.
Oh.
He got some fun out of this evening.
Oh, yes, and Sally didn't have to pay for the massive tickets that are still around her neck. Oh, she'll probably go back and pay for some of it later.
Yeah, there's a sort of breadcrumb trail after them.
Breadcrumb. Yeah, it's not the glass slipper, it's just a bunch of little penalty tickets.
Beautiful. Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
So we flee the coop, fly the coop, and run, and where are we going? What's to happen now?
Oh geez. Well, let's see. We'll say it's fairly late. Most places are closed. But out in the distance, you do see the warm, inviting lights of one tavern that's still open. So that's where Sally is headed, and arrives on the doorsteps of the first draft house, where she places down Delta. Well, I mean, I've never been here before. It does look a little dodgy, but come on, it's exciting. Dodgy is exciting.
That's true. I have to admit I'm a little sketchy myself. And this is a joke because he is done in the Xerox Disney style, I mean Gisnip style, so he constantly has little bits of sketch to his drawing.
Well, that was a long run. Okay, yes, I really want to get in here. I'd like to get out of this dress, actually. One moment, and like her head and arms disappear into the dress. It remains standing, and you hear distantly the sound of somebody walking downstairs.
Yeah, keep going.
And then
I can see it, though.
and then like there's a door opens, and then it closes, and you hear like a busy city street or something, and then like somebody's whistling for a taxi. And you hear the screech of tires coming to a stop, and Sally very distantly being like, "Could you get me out of this dress, please?" Just happen. And then suddenly the front panel, the gold panel, just like shakes and starts to rise up, and then the dress just explodes into confetti, and Sally is free.
You have got to give me the number of your tailor.
Oh, they're fantastic. But yes, Let's go in.
Absolutely, after you.
And wonderful. Okay. Then it's the lovely rustic decor of the draft house. A whole bunch of not high society tunes are in there, having a good time. There's the honky tonk piano being played off in the one end.
Mm.
Uh, Plenty of root beer flowing. It's you, it's a nice place to just feel like a tune after that party.
Yeah, I think Delta does like a nice big luxurious stretch and like actually, you know, does a bit of an elastic badoing as he stops. Is like, no, this is exactly what I needed.
Oh yes. Sally's kind of like dodging like people like throwing food at each other, and sink into like a little corner booth, I'd say. Ha!
You know, the more
Just kind of
often I go to
puddles,
parties
like,
like that, the
just
less
completely
often.
loses all.
Oh, sorry, you were
Oh
saying something. You
yes,
go
and
first.
like she just kind of like melted. She became like a puddle of rubber essentially on
Oh.
this in this booth. Ha! Well, that was that. The latter part was fun. It became a bit more fun after I met you, but that party was not fun
Yeah, it says
up
something if
until
the
then.
determining factor of how much you enjoyed a thing is the best part of it was leaving.
Oh yes, this place is much more nice. Uh,
Absolutely.
let's see. So I'd say like they flag down a waiter and they get like I guess 2 mugs of root beer and some snacks.
Yeah, Delta's particularly partial to lime soda, so he definitely get that.
Okay,
Anything green.
all
He has a leaning towards green for whatever reason.
right. Okay, nice. Yeah. Okay, Sally will have the root beer. Delta with the lime soda. They got like greasy fried snacks and stuff. You know all the good stuff.
You know, the more often I
So,
go to high society parties, the more often I want to go to low society ones.
oh, isn't that the truth? Uh, well, I don't think I'm quite cut out for the whole party thing. So I guess I'll have to find something else I'd like to do. Hmm.
Maybe
And she
you could.
seems to just kind of. Hmm?
Well,
Yeah, you go ahead.
you say you've had enough of parties. Have you thought of joining a party?
But we just left one.
No. Yeah, I get the gag, but you know, there's these people who go on adventures in a group, and I think you call that a party, don't you?
Oh, oh, an adventurers party.
Mm.
I haven't really considered that. Maybe that is where I could go. And she seems to like she slowly reforms back into like reinflates into like a regular Sally shape. And takes a contemplative sip of her root beer, and then just downs the entire thing. That does sound like a good idea. I wonder where I could find. Hmm, I wonder how to go about forming a party or finding one.
I
Hmm.
find that what I'm looking for usually finds
At,
me.
hmm.
Just trust a luck. You might come across something. The main thing is, if you find an open door, you've got to remember to walk through it.
Okay, I'll try to remember that. Well, what are you going to do now, Delta?
Well, hopefully nothing like that. I was thinking of going traveling again. There's a couple of casinos I haven't visited yet, so they don't know
Oh.
that they shouldn't let me
Ah,
in.
hmm. Well, that sounds like fun.
I
Uh,
think I might go to the. I don't want to call this place disreputable, but there's some slightly shadier sides of town that I haven't dared to go to. Maybe I'll take a little risk.
oh, well, if you do ever need some help, do feel free to call on me if I'm about. Um,
I'm sure I'm gonna be just fine. And
oh,
his hubris pats you on the arm as he drains the dregs from his mug. Oh, the foreshadowing.
oof, oof,
Hmm.
yeah. So, let's see. I'm kind of out of things to talk about here. Do we want to call it here? Was there anything
Yeah,
else you wanted to do?
I don't mind. But I feel like this is a comfortable place. Like they could do a cheers to the future, and yeah, we just leave it
Oh,
on a
absolutely.
silhouette of them through the window.
Yeah, that's a great closing shot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. Woo!
Okay. Well, I'm sorry the fight was so short, guys. I thought it was going to be somewhat longer than that.
Same.
Sorry.
Chaos Bolt. Hot dang.
Go big or go home,
Woo.
apparently.
Yeah, honestly though, that was much funnier though. All the lead up to just flambeing
Kaboom.
the rooster. Oh.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Thank you very much for playing with me. I love Starting Forth, and I love you. You're so creative and
I love
toony.
you too.
This is so fun.
Delta's just wonderful character.
Oh, he's
oh
such
my
an
god.
ass. He's such an ass. I
He's
do love
such
playing
an ass. It's so much fun.
It's quite refreshing because like my other three characters are like good alignment, and then there's this guy. Then there's this guy.
Yeah.
Oh
my gosh, yes. Yes. Love him. Love him. You love to see it.
Thank you very
this
much.
was a delight.
Oh.
Yes, thank you. And to all the folks in the Nuts and Bolts gallery and the folks listening after to the recording, we love you. I think we could just say goodbye then.
We can. Goodbye. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.